You know, there's a certain kind of human itch that's been bothering us since the garden. It's the itch to take something God made and try to make it better. In the beginning, God reached into the deep, dark pockets of the earth and he placed there silver and gold. Genesis 2 tells us he looked at the gold and said it was good. It was heavy, it was real, it was, of course, creation. And then came us, man. Man in this modern time looked at that gold and silver, and they said, this is fine, but it's a bit heavy to carry. Tell you what, let's leave the gold in the vault, and I'll give you a piece of paper instead. You can trust me, we'll call it fiat. We decided that our word was better than God's work. Every time we decide to take a creation of the Almighty and improve it, we find ourselves a bit in a pickle, don't we? We try to improve the soil with chemicals, and the birds stop singing. We try to improve the family, and the hearth goes cold. We try to improve money by making it out of thin air, and now we wonder why the value of a man's life work is vanishing like mist in the morning sun. We do the same thing with our tributes. We take the stone and timber and the gold God provided, we stack them up into these massive echoing cathedrals and churches. We point to the spires where there's a cross, and we say, look, Lord, look what we've built for you. We actually assume he'll be impressed. As if a pile of cut stone could ever be more beautiful than the mountain it came from, which was created by God. As if our architectural genius could outshine the simple, quiet majesty of a cedar forest or a rolling tide. We seem to mess up creation at every turn, and then we ask God to bless the mess. Leviticus in here, 19, tells us that you shall not be unrighteous in judgment or in measure. Our justice system was founded on that, on the principles of the permanent. It was supposed to be like gold, unchanging, heavy, and true. But when you move the monetary policy away from creation and towards the invention, the justice starts to lean too. Inflation isn't just an economic statistic, friends. It's a moral issue. When the money loses its weight, the honest wage, it loses its meaning. But here's a little bit more to the story. The most valuable thing in the world isn't sitting in a vault at Fort Knox. It isn't even the gold overlaying the mercy seat. The most valuable thing that I know is the individual. It's the man who is honest when nobody's looking. It's the woman who's humble enough to know she didn't make the world she's walking on. And it's the worker who's hungry to earn his bread. You see, we've moved into a season of demanding. We've started to act as if we deserve the fruit without ever planting the seed. We want the wage without the work. 2 Thessalonians 3, right here in this book, is pretty clear about that. If any would not work, neither should he eat. That's not being mean, it's being natural. It's the law of the harvest. A man who earns his silver has a different kind of dignity than a man who demands his paper. One is a steward of God's provision, and the other is a servant of man's system. The Bible tells us in Haggai 2:8 that the silver is mine, mine being the Lord's, and the gold is mine, declares the Lord of hosts. He owns it all. He made it all. And our hope isn't in finding a way to print more promises. Our hope is returning to the foundation, where a shekel is a shekel, where a man's word is his bond, and where we recognize that we can't outcreate our Creator. So tomorrow morning, when you head out to earn your honest wage, do it with a hungry heart. Don't look for what you deserve. Look for what you can provide. Because when the paper burns, the empire crumbles, the only things that will be left standing are the honest soul, the humble heart, and the good gold and silver, which is not physical, though that is great. But the good gold and silver is the value of a well-lived life. Because when you look back at your life at 90 years old, though it will be nice to have some of this, what you will really hold on to are the things you can't touch, the memories that you have, the idea that you might be the hero of your kids and grandkids. That is something special. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.